Hey Shalom Yeshua, when the staff is always by giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem Shai, the most apostle of GMS, and honors to you brothers that are doing the work in truth or sincerity. So, another quick one. This is, I basically remember going into this when I was quite young in school, but, Spirit brought it out again. I just want to play you this clip real quick.
They also leave another area alone for 5 or even more years to let it grow and recover soil fertility for future crops.
Right, so this is, brothers down there in the Amazon, and the more quote unquote indigenous tribes do this, where they'll, this farming technique called slash and burn, where they'll be in a part of land for a period of time, and then they'll leave the land when they're finished with the land. After X amount of years, they'll burn the land and then keep it moving on to the next bit, right? As you just heard here, right? This technique is called slash and burn, and it goes to show that that's the Israelites there in that part of the land, right? Because that's the proper way to till the land, not like what we have nowadays where the land is just drained of all of its nutrients, man. No, so this is the law in that. It's Leviticus 25 and 2 says, Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, When ye come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto Yahweh. 6 years shalt thou sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard, and gather the fruit thereof. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the Lord, a Sabbath for the rest unto the land, and a Sabbath for the Lord. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard. Right, and this is what was being spoken of in this clip here. I've only watched the first couple of minutes of it. I was just trying to get some of the information that I had on it before when I first studied this, way back when. But once again, showing because although Israel's, gone off some of the customs we have kept. For instance, if Jake over there on the west coast of Africa, they always circumcise their kids, right? But it may not be on the 8th day, it might be later on. Actually, no, I take that back. I believe in Ghana, they do actually do it on the 8th day. But don't quote me on that. But there's certain customs that we've kept and certain customs that we've lost, right? This is Genesis 49 and 20. And when you read Genesis, it's basically saying, it was just basically left as to be able to work out who the children of Israel will be in the last days, right? And this is, in reference to Asher here. Now, Asher is referencing to them Brazilians, because when you look at the name Asher, it's happy, and these Brazilians are always happy as hell, right? It says his bread shall be fat and he shall yield royal dainties, right? And when you look at Brazil, it's got, it says a very plenteous land, right? But Esau's trusted he make him light work of that. But it was the main thing I just wanted to bring out was this slash and burn thing. How this is remnants of who we are and how we kept the law. But when you look at Esau, man, Esau destroyed the earth, man. That's why he has to create GMOs for everything. That's why, that's why the food's all messed up. That's why most people are ill. That's why people aren't strong anymore, right? So this is Ezekiel 4:13. It says, And Yahweh said, Even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I drive them. And that's what we're doing right now. You can try and not eat certain types of bread, certain types of food, but all you do is destroy yourself. The scripture says, Be not righteous over much, right? Because that's why we're also rehearsing righteous acts pursuant to Judges 5 and 11, because, man, all this food is defiled. And Esau does it on purpose, right? Just Isaiah 24 and 5, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, and one of the laws is the land Sabbath. Now, as you heard there, man, I was talking about it helps replenish the land, right? And fires are good as well. I haven't done the research on it, but I remember hearing the brother, in a camp saying how, forest fires are actually a good thing, And it makes perfect sense because it's how, natural way of the the elements to recycle themselves. Right, so this is Revelation 11 and 18 to end. It says, "And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that they should give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth." And like I said, who's been destroying the earth? Esau's destroyed the earth, man. Physically and morally. And what's his judgment? As you see there, destruction. And these was you so-called white people, man. So that, gonna say shalom.